Hey guys, how to everything here. So today we're going to be doing origami, and I chose this glider for today's video. So it's pretty easy to do and it's pretty simple to follow. So why don't we get started? Okay, so to make this glider, well, what you guys are going to need is one sheet of 8 by 11.5 printer paper, and that's it. So I'm just going to use a Sharpie and a ruler to make the lines clearer for you so you can see them better. Okay, so the first step to making this is to take this upper hand right corner and fold it down like so. So you're going to want these to match and the sides to match, and this should be like that. And just give it a nice good crease and unfold it. Okay, so let me just mark this line with Sharpie so you guys can see it a lot better. Okay, so now you're gonna do the opposite corner. So you're gonna take this corner and fold it down here. So you're gonna take that like that and make sure those red ends meet or your white corners meet. And then you're just gonna wanna fold it like that. Crease it at the corner first and then start going outwards. Make sure your sides line up and then crease it nicely. Okay, and then just open it back up. So now you have a cross, and if you can't see it, let me just make it more visible to you guys. Okay, so now you guys can see a cross. So the next step is to take this top side and fold it down. So you want to see this corner, you want to match it with that corner. You see this corner, you want to match it with that corner. So, and when you got it, just give it a nice old crease. And when you open it back up, you would see that the X is split in half. So let me just show you guys. So now, as you can see, the X is split in half. So now what we're going to do, this is the last step of like prep folding. So you're going to take the long sides and fold them together. Make sure the sides match and everything, the corners match, and give it a nice good crease. Okay, so let me just outline it for you guys so you can see it a lot better. And there you go. So as you can see, the paper has been split into 8 parts, and these 2 parts are longer than the rest, and that's how it should be. So now the actual part of folding. So you're going to take this and just fold it like we did before, and so it's like this, and then there's like a little bit of angle there, and just crease it. But you shouldn't have to crease it, it's already being creased for you, like we did in the prep. So now you're gonna take your left hand and place it over the left side. And then what you're gonna do is gonna take your right hand and then push it under this sort of pocket thing that we have. Push it under and make sure your left hand's thumb is like on that vertical line that we created, and then push that over. And then lift your left hand up, and if you would see, well, after you've creased it like that you've kind of creased it on the center line and you kind of created a pocket. And then you just want to smush this right there and just crease it one more time just to be on the safe side. So the better your crease is, the better this will glide. So you want to crease it, and then you want to take this flap and just fold it back. Just crease it once more. Okay, so now you have this side done. Now we just want to the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna put your right hand on this, put your left hand down there, make sure your right hand's thumb is on that middle line, and then just fold it like that. And then you see this part, I'm applying pressure to this, so this part will start going like that, and then we'll just flatten this big triangle out. Okay, so now once you've flattened it, just take one flap, not two flaps, not the whole thing. Just one flap and go to the other side. So from the top view, it should look like this. Okay? If it looks like that, you've done it correctly so far. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this top point. So let me mark it for you. You're going to take this top point and put it down here. So just make sure you got it correctly and just put it down there and just give it a nice, good crease. Okay, so now this is where the hard part comes and little kids have a hard time. What we're going to do is right now, we're just going to focus on this section. Just forget about this section. And just focus on this. So you're going to take this little end and put this end over here. Okay? And as closely as you can. But one thing you do want to do is leave a tiny little bit of gap between this and this. So once you've left that, then you just fold it over and give it a nice little crease and unfold it. And then, so this big triangle thing actually has pockets. You want to open those pockets up. The pockets are going to look like that. And open those pockets up and try to fit this as nicely and neatly as you can inside those pockets. So it's actually easier when you get the hang of it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be like hanging out a little bit, and that's totally fine. So don't worry about that. So now we're just going to do the same thing on this side. So you're just going to take this triangle and make a line right there and crease it like that. So then you have two triangles. And then you're going to take this small triangle and fold it over this big thing. And make sure you have a good crease. And open this pocket. And neatly and nicely try to fit that in there. Use both of your hands. And after working it around, if you just flatten it out, it should look like that. So now, let's do the next step. So the next step is you're going to hold it like this and just fold it like that in half along the center line. You don't want to fold it like this, so like you can't see anything, but you want to fold it like this so you can still see those things that we did. And then what you're going to do is just crease them everywhere. Make sure it's all flat. See, so like mine, I didn't crease it in one spot, so there we go. Alright, so now the last two steps is to basically take this point and match it to this point. So we're going to take this whole, not two of them, just one flap and bend it in approximately the half and try our best and fold it like that. So then once it's reaching that midpoint, I just crease it, and it's a little bit tough to crease a little portion of it because it has a lot of folds, and then crease the other part really, really quickly and nicely. So now that side is done. Let's go on to the other side. So the same thing, we want to take this point and take it to this point. So we're just going to fold it in half. Make sure it lines up with the other side. That's an important thing. So like make sure those things line up. Make sure these things line up. And then this one you can crease it slowly and nicely. Just make sure everything lines up. Okay. And then when you open it, your glider is done. So you can have a nice time flying this, and hopefully you remember me when you start flying this. Okay, so just leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Hey guys, so I just brought our glider outdoors just to see how it works. So it's a little bit windy, so it might not fly, but let's go ahead and try it. That was okay. Usually if you're indoors, it will fly perfectly if you made it correctly. As you can see, there's a lot of wind. The wing isn't even staying up straight. Whoa, that was a good one. I thought it was coming from my head. Anyways, alright guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe down below for more amazing videos.